Sometimes things just work out great. Hey, Courtney Smith here with TradeSmith, our weekly video newsletter for May 8th. And some things just work out beautifully. You know, it's important to keep focused on the market, keep focused all the time, follow the indicators. You see, I use a very, very strict set of rules and indicators in order to guide me forward. The other thing that's important is my opinion is not so important. What's important are my positions, which are crushing the market right now. And this is crushing my spirit. No. Obviously, you should pay very close attention to this. Now, let's take a look at the markets here. Let's start with the S&P. First of all, notice we've broken to a new all-time high close. We've struggled, but we had the gap 2 weeks ago, and notice that the purple predictor has turned around. That was one of the main reasons I was very concerned about the market, but that reason appears to be gone. The purple predictor is now stronger. It's accelerating to the upside faster than the actual S&P. So what was a negative is now a positive. Now, over here on the Dow Jones, this is more of a mixed bag. It's still, as we've been saying for, it seems like months now, we don't really want to be in Dow-type stocks. What we really want to be in is NASDAQ-type stocks. Look at that, another high in the market this week. This is clearly the most bullish situation. Look at the purple predictor. Never did have that dip that we saw in the Dow and the S&P. And so this is where the action has been. And what's also kept us on the long side is our proprietary seasonality indicator. All of our positions are double size positions on the long side, which is why we're crushing the market right now. We've got a ton of trades that are making us big money, and they're double size. So you always have to look at the seasonality. I don't use the seasonality to time my trades so much as to change the size of the trades. Now, over here, you can see we're getting into May, and May is where we should start to look for some type of a high in the market later this month. So we're going to keep an eye out for that. Now, the yield curve, not really telling us too much right now. We talked about that a lot lately. Asset allocation is moving money out of the bond market. Wait till you see what's happening there. And over into the stock market. So that's a very supportive factor for the stock market. Our risk indicator is showing us, some strength there. It's not the greatest, but it is showing that market participants want to be more involved in the marketplace. They're willing to take more risk than they have been recently. Now, look at this chart. Wow. I'm not long global. I have some global shares, but I mean, this is showing that the election in France is having a huge impact on global shares. It looks as though Macron will win, beating Le Pen. He is a pro-EU guy, and that's why we're seeing global shares exploding to the upside, particularly weaker European stock markets like Italy. Greece has just exploded to the upside. I got in, I guess, a little early on that one. Well, we made money on one of our previous trades on the Greek stock market, but this is a great place to be right now. Unfortunately, I don't really have a big exposure here. I've been pretty focused on the U.S. market. Now, I told you that bonds we're taking money out of the bond market and we're putting it over into the stock market. And here you can see that reduction of money is causing the bond market to go down. But notice that the purple predictor is holding up pretty nicely. So I'm not looking for us to even go down to the old lows at 116, but to really stabilize near these current levels. I just think the bond market is going to be a boring place to be. Here's why. Let's look at our three key factors. First of all, the green line is the 10-year Treasury, and you can see that interest rates have been slowly dribbling down. And remember, interest rates are the inverse of that price chart that I just showed you. Now, the gold line is the price of gold, and you can see that just recently it took a dive, which would suggest lower interest rates. Then we've got the blue line. Those are the 10-year Treasury yields over in Germany, which is right now the most important factor, and that suggests stability. And then the chart itself is the CRB, which is a broad-based index of sensitive materials. So it's very sensitive to inflationary expectations, and that's suggesting lower interest rates. So generally speaking, it's a little bit in favor of lower interest rates, but money's flowing out of this market and into the stock market instead. Let's take a look at the dollar. Now, the dollar has come under pressure as interest rates have been generally lower, so that hasn't helped the dollar at all. But we're down near the bottom of this channel, so we should anticipate a little bit of a rally here in the dollar in the coming week. Now, what's really disturbing is that normally if the dollar is weak, gold is strong, but look at it. It's weak. Last week, I showed an uptrend line which was broken this week, so I've drawn another one, but I don't think trend lines are worth too much anyway. But nonetheless, if the gold market's going down, I showed you inflationary expectations based on the CRB. That's weighing on the gold market. The stronger dollar, well, wait a minute, the dollar hasn't been stronger. So the fact that gold has been weak in the face of bullish news is pretty bearish. This just looks like it's going head lower. Now, I don't have a position in gold because I like to be involved in big bull markets or big bear markets. And this is kind of more chop city. But take a look. I just can't get excited here. And breaking the 1220 level, yeah, we'll go down to maybe 1190. That level is going to be more important. Now, let's take a look at our key fundamental factors. 2 out of 3 are bearish. The CRB I just talked about, that's the middle panel. The bottom panel is the yen, and the top panel is the euro. So 2 out of 3 are suggesting gold is going to go lower. Oil market, wait a minute, that's not the right chart. Well, sorry, I didn't update it. It collapsed. It collapsed. And will continue to get into the lower 40s. All right, everybody, thank you very much. Love having you freebies. Please subscribe. You know you're going to love it. And fully paid up members, hang in there for just a second. Hey, Courtney Smith here, and I want to tell you about TradeSmith, our video weekly newsletter. Yeah, I've been bringing the hammer to the market for over 45 years, and now I share that expertise with you every week in a terse, to-the-point video newsletter. Now, see, back in the old days, I actually ran the #1 stock newsletter in the United States for 5 years, according to the Hulbert Financial Digest. I crushed the market. I went where the action was, and for 5 years, when I did this newsletter, it was the #1 rated most profitable newsletter there was. There's a picture of it. In addition, I also ran the #1 mutual fund, growth mutual fund in the United States. There it is. There it is. There's Morningstar. Look at that chart. Ooh, that's a beautiful looking chart there. And I was #1. Well, and no losing year in 40 years. I've been doing this for a long time, and I want to share that expertise with you so that you don't have to go through 40 years of experience. Trust me, I bled a lot in those 40 years, but what that means is I've led a lot, and I've shown tens of thousands of people how to make money in my career. Now, first of all, in this newsletter, we're going to cover the key markets. We're going to talk about the U.S. stock market. We're going to talk about global stock markets. We're going to talk about foreign exchange. We're going to talk about futures, yeah, even commodities, oil. We're going to talk about bonds so that this is a one-stop shop. You can come here. You don't need anything else. We're going to use options. Whenever we have the opportunity to leverage up and turbocharge our profits, we're going to do it. Now, this is totally unique analysis. You think that if I did what everybody else did, I would have those #1 track records? Of course not. What I have to do is unique. That's the only way you can beat the competition out there year after year after year. So, deep fundamental analysis. I'm going to talk about this on 2 levels. First of all, fundamental analysis of the markets, monetary policy, economic policy, trade flows, all of those sorts of things, but on a very, very deep level. I've studied macroeconomics for decades now, and I've been using that analysis for decades. In addition, we look at deep fundamentals of individual stocks when we look at our stock market trades. That is to say, we're going to tear apart these companies. I focus a lot on a few key metrics. One of them, strong earnings growth. In the final analysis, that's the thing that really drives stock prices. Another factor that drives stock prices is when earnings per share estimates are going up. That is to say, when a broker changes their estimate from 10 cents a share to 20 cents a share, they call their clients buy the stock, and the price goes up. So those are the two most powerful techniques that affect the price of a stock. And I'm going to tear that apart and show you why I love these companies. But at the same time, just because it's a great company doesn't mean it's a great stock. We need to be able to time these things and buy them when it's good to buy and sell them when it's good to sell. So I'm going to show you unique technical analysis you can't get anyplace else. It's a combination of a number of indicators. Some of them you might have seen elsewhere, but I use them in a unique way. Others, you've never seen them anyplace else. I'm the inventor of those techniques. But you know what? Even the techniques that I use of other people, I use from people who are friends of mine. Yes, I've been around this market so long that most of the greatest technicians in history have been friends of mine. In addition, I'm going to show you ninja trading tactics. How are we going to get the best fill? How do we enter the orders? Are we going to use stop orders, or are we going to use limit orders or market orders? All of those sorts of things I'm going to give you in our weekly video newsletter. Key benefits of the newsletter. Number one, killer analysis that you're not going to find anyplace else. This is unique. This is unusual. And I have to make it unique. I have to make it unusual because that's the only way I can be number one. By the way, I was voted number one bond and gold market timer for 3 years in a row by Timers Digest. You can only do that when you have unique and killer analysis. Killer trades, because once we've got the analysis, we need to make money from it. We need to turn it into an actionable item, something that we can actually do in the real world. So I'm going to give you killer trades. I'm going to tell you specifically where to buy, specifically where to sell. Nothing is left to the imagination. I'm precise. It's also to the point. I don't want to waste time. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. So no BS, no stories, no jokes, no nothing. Right to the point. Here's what to do. Here's why to do it. And here's how to make money from it. So I'm going to keep it terse. It's about 20 minutes per week, right to the point with all the analysis. I show you the charts right on the screen so you know exactly why I'm doing it. You can double check my work. If I show you an indicator and I say this is what it means, I'll show you the recent past and you can see if it worked recently. Of course, it does. Now, actionable, that's a key thing. So many analysts out there, it's blah, 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 blah. It seems to me that all they want to do is they love the sound of their own voice. They want to sound smart. You know what? I don't care if I sound smart. That's not the point of the exercise. I'm not here to try to impress you. I'm here to help you make money. I'm doing all the same trades that I recommend to you. So trust me, they better be profitable. Easy. Like I say, I'm going to give you the exact entry, exit points. It's going to be super easy. Just type them into your brokerage platform, and there you go. It can't be any easier than that unless I came over to your house and typed in the orders myself. It's only $47 a month. This is a peanut for what you're getting. This is killer analysis, killer trades. This is something where, you got to stop and think of it this way. Can I make $47 more per month if I subscribe to this newsletter, or am I not going to make $47 per month? You know the answer. The answer is, of course, you're going to make at least $47, probably 10 times that, probably 100 times that, probably 1,000 times more than the $47, depending on the size of your account and if you follow all of my trades. So also, I want you to have a lot of free bonuses right up front. As soon as you sign up for the first month, I'm going to give you thousands of dollars of free bonuses. A lot of them are options related because I'm an owner of a company called Options University, and we've got some great education there, from option beginner to pro in just 4 nights. I like using options if I can because they can turbocharge the profitability. They can also be used to cut risk at the same time. That's a pretty awesome combination. So I'm going to give you from options beginner to pro in just 4 nights. Great introductory course for an option beginner. I'm going to give you how to quickly and easily master the top 20 technical indicators, some of which I use, but of course, as I say, I often use them in tricky new ways, and I'll show those to you as well. Retire rich with 10x income. I love this course. Really, isn't that what we all want, is to retire rich? And hey, why retire rich? How about retire rich and early with 10x income? This is an awesome course. You're going to love this course. It's going to get you focused so that you can retire rich. The secret is out with gamma trading. Now, this one's more advanced. I'm not kidding you with this. Gamma trading, I used to be an options market maker in the institutional world. I didn't deal with retail customers, only with banks. And what did we do? We did gamma trading all day long. It's something that's so super sophisticated that very few retail investors ever really understand it. This course gives you the insight into how to do this sophisticated technique. So we started from option beginner at our top bonus. This one, advanced and very super cool. Another one is, I love this. Come on. We're going to give you a new option strategy every month. So what's going to happen is you're going to receive a new option strategy every single month for 12 months, give you a month to master the strategy for the month, and then learn a new one, and then learn a new one. This is a great concept so that you can learn in a relaxed fashion. Gotta love it. I'm also going to give you 82-page manual on candlestick secrets. This is a particular style of trading, using, instead of bar charts, using candlesticks. What's cool is it's got flashcards. And it's really very cool because you actually get to learn just like you did when you were a kid. So it makes it super easy. You can be studying while you're sitting there on the subway or whatever, looking through those flashcards, the tutorials, the manual. It's awesome. And then finally, a very secretive part of the universe, foreign exchange options trading, where we combine foreign exchange trading with options trading, profiting from the 2 hottest markets. So I'm giving you 7 bonuses here. The value, if you were to go and buy those, go to optionsuniversity.com. Check them out. You'll see the price is just under $2,200. So when you sign up for just $47 a month, I'm going to give you these 7 bonuses right away. You're going to be able to access them right away. So let's repeat. You get the weekly video briefing with actionable advice. You get the 7 valuable bonuses, and all for just $1.56 a day. Come on. Really? You don't think it's worth less than $1.56 a day? Come on, man. You can't get a Starbucks coffee for $1.56, but you can get one of the best video newsletters ever. In fact, I believe it's the first video newsletter ever. But you're getting the same insights and the same techniques that I use to build that incredible track record of being the highest performing, most profitable newsletter for 5 straight years. All for $1.56 a day. This is a peanut. So what do you got to do? It's simple. You go to bit.ly/weekly market forecast. And yes, the W and the M and the F have to be capitalized. But go to bit.ly/weekly market forecast right now to subscribe. Get involved. Full money back guarantee, of course. Do it right now. You're going to really enjoy it. I'm not allowed to promise you that you'll make money. The SEC, the FTC, they'll come down on me like a ton of bricks. But I know what my track record is. I think as long as you follow the advice, I think you're going to be very happy. I'm allowed to say you're going to be happy. I'm not allowed to say you'll make money or they'll come down on me like a ton of bricks. We don't like that. So here's what I need you to do. Go to bit.ly/weekly market forecast with the capital W, M, and F right now. Go there right now, check it out, sign out, full money back guarantee, get all the bonuses, try it for a month. I know you're going to love it. Thanks very much, and I'll see you on TradeSmith. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.